Unusual opening. So, quick updates before we start this video on today's episode of WandaVision. Now, if you notice by the description that the channel's name has changed. So, what I did was I brought together my friends and other people, and we decided to do this thing together. So, instead of calling this the Thin Mint Show, as it's been called for like the past month, this is now called the Ghost Crew. The Ghost Crew is consisted of me, Ricky, Emil, my brother Doug, and a couple other people we'll have on from time to time. So, the plan going forward is that we're gonna do like skits and stuff together. We're working on one right now, and it should be out probably by the beginning of next week, depending on how filming goes. And then we got one more right after that. And then we got some more exciting shit coming our way. So everything should work. I'm excited about everything. And so you guys are now, instead of calling you the Thin Mint community, you are now called the Ghost Gang. Ghost Gang, Ghost Squad. Y'all decide. I don't know. We'll probably figure it out along the way. But that's the updates for today, and that's what the whole name change and everything is going on about. But anyway, on to today's episode of WandaVision. Episode, it kind of balanced reality with Wanda's reality and kind of see how it looks from both ways. But the biggest takeaway from this episode is Vision is starting to figure out things for himself. Like, we've seen other people start to do it, but now he's starting to realize that something's off and that Wanda is like a huge part of it. So because of that, like, there's the scene where he's talking with his friend at his buddy at work, and like they send Vision, like the outside, they send Vision like an email, and everybody starts reading it, and Vision's like, what the fuck, and everything. So like he's kind of creeped out by it, and then like Vision does his thing with computers that he usually does, and then he uses his powers on this dude's head, and he like sets him free, and this dude's like telling him like about his family, and he's like freaking out. Like he's like, her voice is in my head telling me to do all these things, and then it's giving like Vision like a sense of wonders, like, you know. And then later on, Vision goes on to confront Wanda about the situation, because he's just like, alright, because my neighbors were acting weird and now I have more insight on this. So he's like, Wanda, I know something's off and everything, like, and he's noticing like things are happening the way they shouldn't be happening. Like kids are aging in the day, they get a dog and then the dog dies the same day, and then like all this shit is just, it's just not correct. So he's like coming at Wanda as like, whatever you're doing, it's wrong and you need to stop it. And they get into like an argument, and Vision goes and says, I don't remember like my previous life and everything. All I remember is this. And Wanda's like, that's all you need to remember. Like, I'm your wife and you have kids. That's all you need. Because as we all know, in his previous life, he died by, you know, that guy. And then like, it's there's so much to unpack in this episode. Like, they're having like disagreements, and Vision's finally like breaking through and trying to ground down reality and trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And then like, I don't want to get to that yet. Let's jump back a bit. So like, going back to my last video, because I kept calling this person Geraldine instead of by her real name. Real name is Monica Rambeau. I get that now. I just watched the episode and I have forgot her name, so get off my back on that. But so they're like figuring out like stuff that they're like unraveling stuff that we usually see, like they did in the last episode. And then like she had a line where she's just like, I know somebody who's like big on like aerophysics and all that. And so I'm thinking it still goes with my theory that they're still gonna bring Strange into this universe. I don't know if Strange is big on aerophysics, but that was a throwaway line, and she was like reaching out to someone. I'm just saying, like, still a possibility, but that wasn't the biggest like reveal of this episode. We'll get to that soon, I promise. And then like they try to make contact with Wanda again using like an older drone that could fit in like her time period, and so it works, and they're trying to communicate. And then like apparently the director of SWORD like armed the drone, and Monica didn't know, and they were like, alright, shoot her, and she's like, what the fuck, and everything. And so the drone goes offline, and then like Wanda like walks out with the drone and everything, and she's in like her Avengers outfit and all that, and then she's like warning them to leave them alone and everything. And like, yeah, what I said like a couple videos ago, like I was kind of right. Like she is controlling this, and she's doing it because she's heartbroken and everything. Like she lost everybody she's ever loved, and like when they asked her what is it that you want, and she's like, I already have what I want, and I'm not gonna lose it again. So that was a throwback line to like when she lost Vision to the big guy, you know. And so like she walks back in, like she creates this like red barrier around, so I don't think anybody can get in now except for Strange. I'm still pushing that theory hard. If I'm wrong, then y'all can tell me I'm wrong, but I'm still pushing that theory. She walks back in, she like creates this whole barrier, and then like she gets back, and like she's trying to teach her kids like because they got a dog at the beginning of the episode, and then the dog dies the same day. And then she tells her kids not to age themselves up because they need to feel these emotions and everything. And then her kids are like, can you bring the dog back? That's what you do. You bring things back. And she's like trying to teach them, like, you have to let life has its way, and you have to let it be. You can't just bring things back just because you want. And she is a big hypocrite because, as we're shown, it shows that she went and took Vision's dead body from SWORD, and she brought him back against his will. So, like, I don't know, Wanda, you kind of like choking on your own words there. I'm just saying. Hot. But, like, she's trying to teach them this, and then, like, she has this, like, look on her face of realizations, like, yeah, you can't do that, even though I did it, but hey, life is the way it is, you know? And then, like, they mentioned her brother, like, a lot this episode, like, I mean, a lot, because her kids asked, do you have a brother? And she was like, yeah, he lives far away, and I get sad and everything. But, like, then, like, as Wanda and Vision, they're, like, arguing because Vision's like, what you're doing here is wrong, and you need to stop it. And, like, Vision's, like, lost, like, his trust in her. And then, like, the doorbell rings, and she's like, that wasn't me. And so, like, she goes and answers the door, and this was the biggest surprise of the episode. Like, I thought the episode was going to end when Wanda walked back in and created that barrier, but no, they was like, we gotta push out these 15 more minutes. Like, who was at the door was her brother, Quicksilver, but it wasn't Quicksilver from Avengers 2, it's the Quicksilver from the X-Men series. So I'm thinking, holy shit. Well, not thinking, I'm like, holy shit and everything, because that's fucking Quicksilver and everything. like, they're like, she recast Pietro and everything, but, like, that's Quicksilver and all that. And that's, like, the Quicksilver we identify with, because that one, he just has two of the most amazing, like, fast motion scenes in those movies. If you've seen the X-Men movies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But, like, it was a really cool scene, and I was excited to see it. And now I have a theory, like, another theory. So, I wonder if what Wanda is doing now, like, is she gonna, like, use the reality she's created? I wonder if it's, like, broken to other realities, and that's what causes all these new characters to come in, because they got the Fantastic Four now, they got X-Men coming in, and then, you know, for the next Spider-Man 3, you got Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland all being in the same movie. So I'm thinking, like, she's probably breaking reality, which is also why I thought Strange is coming in. But that's not the point and everything. I think she's gonna break reality, and that's what causes all these new characters to come in for the future MCU projects and everything. Because Wanda was originally in the X-Men comics, so, like, I'm thinking, like, maybe this is how they bring in the X-Men, because they said they gathered the rights from Fox, and now they have those characters. And so, seeing Quicksilver as Pietro, now I'm wondering, like, are they keeping the same cast from those other movies and just bringing them over? I mean, it was a pretty good cast. Like, I wouldn't want to recast them, but, like, that's pretty spot on and everything. Like, it was a pretty damn good episode. Like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Wanda's gonna use Wanda broke reality, and this is how they bring in all these characters? And how do you think the show is gonna end? Because I still have my theory on how that's gonna end, and it's gonna lead into, like, the other MCU projects that we have coming up. But let me know what you guys think, and then keep an eye out for the rest of the Ghost Crew members that you will meet soon, and we'll see you guys in our next video.